Warning, I'm just having fun with old cars. I hope you get some tips and a good laugh from watching, but don't do what I do on your projects. Let's do the right thing. Take a perfectly good carburetor off. Why not? What is up, everybody? I'm very excited today, because you know why? We're not doing rust repair. I still got more to do, but I ain't doing it today. As you saw in that first clip, I've decided to go ahead and take this perfectly good carburetor off and change it to, you know, the cheapest Chinese one I could find. And you're probably wondering why. And at some point, I'm going to explain my thought process, but it probably still won't make sense. So let's get into it, and I'll kind of explain it as I go. Okay, before I explain why I'm doing this, I'm just going to go ahead and pull this carburetor off. I'm probably going to make a mess because I just started this, which was smart. But you got to get the intro for the YouTubes, you know. Come on. I'm also trying to do all of this one-handed, which is probably not going to go well. Come on. Work with me here. And there's the mess. Oh well. Let's see. Socket. I'm sure most of you probably know how to, you know, can figure out how to get a carburetor off. Vacuum lines. I do kind of have to do a little bit of research on how I'm gonna hook those back up, but we're just gonna set them stay over here. Okay. Vacuum lines, fuel line, throttle cable come off there. Need a prying device. Okay, throttle cable's off. And what else? I guess throttle return spring, maybe. Not the easiest thing to do one-handed. Come on. Okay. Don't drop it. Just stay where you're at. Nobody move. Quick little ratchet action. Try to I do try to at least loosen those in a little bit of a star pattern, just to avoid warping the base of the carburetor. And then the fun part is trying to get these nuts off without losing them. Just got fuel all over my hand, so that's good. I know this is a little different than how videos normally go, but I'm just winging it here. We're experimenting, okay? I don't know, I just lost the washer. Did anyone see where that washer went? There was a washer up here. Oh, found it. Here it is. Throttle bracket off. Final nut. Is off. Okay. And carburetor is off. And there's still smoke coming out of there because I just had this running. Set this. Where am I gonna set this? I did not plan ahead. I'm really just winging it here. I don't know. Really should have had a game plan, I guess. I don't even know where you guys are looking right now. This is still pouring gasoline out. It's fine. Just let it leak into the... Oh, sorry. Can't... Oh, God. Not on my paint. Crap. Why don't I think things through? That would be too smart. We're just gonna let it leak right here. It'll be fine. I guess we could. It's fine. Hang on. There's more disassembly to do. If I get this last corner up, we'll be able to reuse this deal. We ain't got new ones in the budget. Oh yeah, still good. I grabbed one Allen wrench, so we'll see. Close enough for the girls I go out with. That was a joke. I'm very happily married. I don't go out with any women. Just in case, you know, my wife is listening. But I don't think she watches my videos, so it's probably alright. I don't blame her. If I'm being honest, she's got to deal with me all the time. Okay. Couple Allen bolts. And in one take, we're fully disassembled. Come on. Oh, okay. Dropped one bolt. So, now, let me see if I can explain to you what I'm thinking and what I'm doing. And obviously, if you can't tell by now, we're a few minutes into this video, I don't have a clue what I'm doing. So, we're just winging it. Come on. Okay, let me slow down for a second. This video is off to kind of a chaotic start because I'm kind of in a hurry. Okay, yeah, whatever. You guys don't care. It's fine. So let me show you what I bought first, and then we'll go over some details. Maybe. So this is the cheapest reproduction Quadrajet that I could find on the internet. Because we all know two things. I'm cheap and not afraid to buy made in China. Listen, I support American made. My wallet does not. That's all there is to it. But I ordered this from Maxpeeding rods or Maxpeeding rods or Maxpedding. I don't know. You know the deal. Cheap Chinese garbage. But my thought process is this. This motor is a very small cubic inch motor. I do believe it's a... This is going to make me sound really dumb that I don't know this, because I put this motor together. But I actually think it's a 283. I was told it was a 327, but I'm pretty sure it's not. But, you know, it sounds good. It's been super reliable. I don't really care. This truck has always got me where I need to go. That's all that matters to me. But I bought this 750 Proform Carb for it. I don't know. It's a year or two ago now, and it's a great. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's oversized for this motor. And yes, if I was smart, which you know I'm not, I could rejet it and change power valves and do all this stuff and make it work right on this motor. But when I bought it, I had the intentions of putting together a bigger motor for this truck. And now my dogs are barking, but now that I have the S10 project, which I have not forgot about, I am actually planning on leaving the motor in the old truck, and it just doesn't need all that carburetor. And I don't need to do all that work to that carburetor just so I could buy another one for the S10. So instead of spending a few $100s on a Holley style carburetor like this one right here was like 180 bucks shipped. And yeah, I don't know, I just figured I'd give it a shot. Quadrajets get a lot of flack, if you will, but I know a lot of old school guys that swear by them, and I guarantee they do not swear by these cheap Chinese ones. But for 180 bucks, I thought I'd give it a shot. So we're gonna find out together if it works or not. As you saw, this thing was running just a few minutes ago. So if I can't get it running now that I've taken it apart, I don't know, maybe we'll chunk this thing in the garbage and just try something different. But I like to try things, so we're gonna do it. I tried to pre-purchase all the things I was gonna need to install it. My fuel line solution, because obviously, hang on, this one uses this like it's got to feed both bowls, so it's a different style than the fitting that's on this Quadrajet unit, which is that fitting right there. I am too confident that what I bought is going to leak, but we're gonna give it a shot and see, because all I bought is 3/8 brake line with the regular like flare. I don't know, we'll try it. If it doesn't leak, great. If it does, we'll try something else. We're just winging it, like I said 12 times already. And might have to do some fooling around with the throttle linkage, but we'll get into all that now that I've rambled for 5 minutes. Now the carburetor came with this gasket. I do not have high hopes for this gasket working, if I'm being honest, because it is very shiny and very smooth, which doesn't really seem like what you would want. But you know the deal, I'm gonna use it anyway. So yeah, it is what it is. Find the hole, go to your home. I also have I would say even less experience tuning these. than I do this style. It's probably gonna be fine though, right? Yeah, probably not. This is a part where we take a perfectly good running vehicle, not perfectly good. We take a vehicle that can run and probably turn it into one that doesn't. All because I can't leave anything alone. Why is my bolt not lining up? Am I putting it in the wrong hole? Nobody wants that to happen. Ah, found it. Oh yeah. We're in there. Now, let's see. My throttle bracket still works. Definite probably. I do have to see about taking the carburetor end of the throttle linkage off this other one. We'll do that in a minute. Okay. Now, washer, nut. Is that the wrong nut? It's probably the wrong nut. There's the nut I need. Always got to have the right nut. Nuts are important. And other nut. And yeah, we're pretty much done, except for all the stuff that makes it work. But besides that, piece of cake. Just tighten those up. I should not stack all this stuff on the core support, but it's basically a tool tray, so you know, that's the way it goes. I do try to, just like when I'm taking it off, I try to work this thing down kind of even. Pretty much all carburetors, probably all carburetors that I've ever worked on are an aluminum base plate, so you don't want to crank one corner of it down and warp the whole thing, or end up with binding problems or not sealing problems, or you know, meth problems. You never know. Things can spiral pretty quick when you're working on this old junk. We did get rid of the, I kind of like running a carb spacer, but this does get rid of the adapter that we were running. So some people say you can't run those. I've run a bunch of them. I've never been able to pinpoint them as being a problem per se, but some people feel differently. Everyone's entitled to their own experiences. I'm really not sure about this gasket. Seems very suspect to me, but we'll just, I may end up having to cut these studs down a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see it from over there, but they stick up pretty high. But problem for another day. Today's problem is finding out if this thing will even start again. My wife doesn't know it yet because she's inside doing pottery, but she's gonna have to come out here and help me in a minute because I gotta make sure we're getting full throttle and all that good garbage. Okay, carburetor is attached. So I did a little research before I started this, because I did not know where to hook my distributor advance up, and from what I read, this port right here next to the whatever this thing does, obviously it works to choke somehow off of vacuum. I don't know, that's might as well be an automatic transmission because it all seems like magic to me. But let me get this cap off. Hang on. Okay, it said to hook this up right there, if it will go. Can you guys see? No, you can't. Just, there's a port right here, and you just put your vacuum line on it. That one right there. This, what I read was to PVC, PCV, PVC is what you plumb things with. I don't run a PCV because I've got these open vents. PC, I don't know, you know, the thing that does stuff. So, and I think I have this vacuum line from the intake, but it seems like I could probably just block that off. We're gonna try that anyway. Maybe you guys can see from over here. This is currently where the throttle reaches, so there is some adjustment back here. I'm gonna have to work on that. Let's see what I can do about that. I also need to get this thingamajigger off of here and put it on there, so I can figure out to make this do the thing. But yeah, I mean, we're basically done. I also gotta, let me set you guys up. I'm gonna try and make this fuel line come out of here and turn, so I can just use my same setup that I had before, which would be ideal. So I'm gonna try and do that. So I'm gonna start with this fuel line situation. Just a tubing cutter. If you're working with hardline like this, I can't see what you guys are seeing. If you're working with hardline like this, you need one of these to cut it. I know need feels like a strong word, but trust me, you need it. This is a cheap Chinese one. That's the theme of this video, I think, is just cheap Chinese garbage. But it'll work probably, or maybe it won't. All you're gonna do is spin it around, tighten it up a little bit, spin it around some more. I'm gonna do that a whole bunch of times, just like that. Your end falls off. No real burrs or anything of the kind. I don't know. This is a weird phrase to choose, but I chose it, so now I'm stuck with it. I wish they made these stickers come off easier, because this doesn't fit over it. I should have cut this end off instead of the other end, because I'm an idiot. Anyway, now that we've done that, that actually fits where it's supposed to. So now we have just one fitting in a single flare. I'm going to, I just eyeballed the bend because I have no idea what I'm doing. Now I've got to figure out how I'm going to put this in here. I guess I'm just going to put the fitting pretty much up against there because that's as close as I can make the bend to the end of the tube. I guess I should show you this way. Again, I don't know what I'm doing, so please don't take this as advice on how to do it, because I don't know what I'm doing. And we're just going to we're just gonna bend it. We're gonna eyeball 90 degrees. Looks great. Probably kinked the ever-living crud out of this line. It's not terrible. It definitely narrowed it up a bit, but it'll probably work. Now let's look at it on the truck. Okay, so this is roughly what it looks like currently. I'm going to cut this, we're gonna say right about here-ish, so that my fuel line has plenty of room to slide on there. Now we take this back off. Put you guys back over here and do this process again. You guys are getting up close and personal view here, but just again, I'm fairly certain this is gonna leak because I don't think it's the right style fitting. Maybe somebody will let me know, and if you know a better fitting to use, please also let me know, because going to an auto parts store is kind of a joke these days. I literally asked for a fuel fitting, and the guy told me I went to school for fuel injection, so I wouldn't even know what it looks like. And I should have taken that as a warning and just turned around and walked out, but here we are. Luckily, he let me walk behind the counter and get what I wanted. Well, this isn't really what I wanted, but it'll probably work. Maybe. I may end up having to shorten this a little bit. I think it'll work. I think it'll work to start it, probably. And by that I mean I'm probably never going to change it unless it's a problem, because that's how my temporary solutions work. Also, probably should have put a flare on the end of this to help hold that hose on there, but it's fine. It's fine. Next thing, I'm going to do a little work on this linkage and see what I can figure out. Okay, I'm back. Maybe you saw like a short little time lapse. I had to do a bunch of screwing around with moving this, adjusting this. I had to, maybe you can see, I had to slide this that way to make this all work. But my lovely wife came out and helped me verify I'm getting full throttle. Look how beautiful the sky looks. Anyway, squirrel, I'm distracted easily. I hooked up my little cheap vacuum gauge because we're going to try and fire this thing up. And I don't know. I've only used that one time with the other carburetor. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I got the only tool you need with a carburetor, screwdriver. And we're going to try and fire this thing up and see how it goes. It is a mechanical pump, and there's no fuel in that carburetor because I don't have any extra sitting around to fill the bowl, which is probably the right way to do it. It's fine. Everything's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna try and fire this thing up, and I need you guys to let me know if it's on fire or anything. Cool. Okay, maybe it needs a little more idle or something else. I don't know yet. probably not gonna be able to hear me, cause you know it's running, so that's good news. I don't know what I showed you guys, but it took a little bit of finagling to get it running. I got my vacuum gate hooked up. As you can see, from what I've read, you want about 15 or whatever that is, inches of vacuum, I think, at idle. And there's two, hold on, there's this adjuster, and there's that adjuster and one on the other side that you use to set the mixture at idle. And that's how I just kind of played with it until I got to where I had 15 inches. I think it's 15 inches of vacuum. And it seems to be idling pretty good. I had to turn the idle up quite a bit. It seems to take throttle decent for being a quadribog, you know. Truck sounds pretty good. Let's go in here. So it's a little bit quieter in here. It's pretty much up to operating temperature, good oil pressure. Now that bigger carburetor, I don't know, I'm sure it was just me, because I'm an idiot, okay? But I had to idle it at like 1200 RPM to get it to where it would idle at like 700-ish in gear. I always thought that was because of the converter in this thing, but let me spin you around. It's very dirty in here because of all the body work we've been doing, but you can see it's idling right at 1000 RPM. I'll put it in gear, and it's right at 650, and it doesn't sound like it wants to die. So I like that for drivability reasons. So everything seems to be doing pretty good. It seems to take throttle pretty good for what it is. Yeah, I'm going to, let's shut it off and see how it restarts. Quiet. My neighbors are probably pissed right now, but too bad. I mean, I ain't mad at that. Sounds like maybe we could use a little bit of timing adjustment. It's probably screwed up before, if we're being honest. So, and it's at operating temp, which I got a 160 thermostat in this thing, and that's where we're at. So, I really like the fact that I can idle this thing lower and not have it die while it's in gear, because I don't know, I just like it. So that's a plus so far. I did check my fuel line, also known as a brake line, but on this truck it identifies as a fuel line. It is not leaking, so that's good. Glad to see that. And yeah, that's it. That's gonna wrap this one up. I'll put a picture of what I bought in case any of you are interested. I think I already said it's like a Maxpeeding rod, or Maxpeeding, or Max peeing. rod. I don't know. It's definitely cheap Chinese stuff, but I mean, you guys saw that was a relatively painless process, given the fact it was a $180 carburetor. Which, if you've looked at new carburetors recently, I just went through puberty. Carburetors. If you looked at new carburetors, that wasn't even the same. Anyway, yeah. So far, I'm pretty happy. If I quit screwing around and I get all the rust stuff fixed, we'll do a later review on this once I get some miles on it, which will hopefully be, I'm hoping 2 videos from now, I will have this truck back together enough that I can go drive it. So, you guys hold me to that. Don't forget, don't forget to check out social media stuff. Also, don't forget, I still have hats for sale and custom mugs. I'll do a thing with them. I don't know why I look so. Oh, there we go. Got to hit the angles. Yeah. So social media. If you would like a hat or a mug, hit me up. Let me know. My email is first thing in the description. Always. And I appreciate all the support, and we'll see you next week for more rust repair on the old hot rod. I'm so excited. I just can't stand it. See you. Appreciate you watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe. See you on the next one.